G'day lads, it's Mr. Guy here again. I am still playing Dragon's Dogma, Arisen. I'm picking up straight from where I let off. I'm inside the crystal thingamajig that I can never remember the name of. And I'm getting a couple of new pawns. As PAWN for those that are too immature to realise. And what have I already? I had a Strider and a Mage. Don't want you. Warriors is one of my favourite class. She'd be able to do some heavy damage. That's actually a decent weapon she's got for this level. And only downside is they're very slow and they have limited amount of special attacks that they can do. I know. It drives me nuts because they say that every single time you get a new pawn.
I am honored to travel.
So that too. I hope not. And I want another magic user, so you go away, you go away, you go away. It's kind of cool, you can actually cycle them out, just basically tell them to bugger off, and when they leave, I just wait for new ones to spawn, and they walk in out of the fog like this. I really think that's cool. I think it's a really neat function. Oh, here we go, Sorcerer. And they're just standard archer staff on the back. She's actually, I think she's better outfitted than my person is, my main pawn that is. She can't see her here. And the last recording I did actually ended up doing better than I thought it would. I've got 2 subscribers out of it, which I was quite surprised by because they're actually the first new subscribers I've had, except for one person who I'm actually going to TAFE with, who saw me watching my own videos during thing. I keep saying she. He is a he, but he's almost like the stereotypical gay guy. He looks, acts, and sounds like a girl. No offense to him, he's a nice guy. It's just he looks like a girl.
I am honored to travel.
Moving on. I don't want to kick that hornet's nest.
May our paths cross again.
Again, I hope not. Go away. Excuse me. And yeah, you saw me watching. He just asked me what the channel name was, and told him, and then he subscribed. So, kind, thanks. His name's Kind, by the way. And yeah. Now, I had one bloke send me a message saying that he liked my vid. If he subscribed to me, he asked me to subscribe to him as well. I usually don't do that, but I checked out his channel and it actually looked decent, so I subscribed to him as well. Can't remember what the name was, so it was actually one I couldn't pronounce even when I was reading it. But okay. But that's where I came from. Obviously, I know where it is. Anyway, moving on. I'm doing the mission where I have to find Salamet's Grimoire. I finally remember the name after I turned it off yesterday. This is one neat thing as well. You can meet other pawns that walk around. Hello. This guy's level 13, and I can actually hire him to come with me. But I'd have to kick out other people as well. I think the reason they do that is because these guys, they're pretty much guaranteed to die at some point, or despawn, whatever you want to say, because you can get them back. Because they're essentially ghosts. They lose so much health and they go back to that place where I literally just was. So I think the reason that they do that, have some of them walk around so that I can actually get new companions if I ever lose them and I'm not able to get back to one of those crystals. Because if I do lose them, I go back to the crystal, they actually come back again straight away. I get the same people back, which I think is pretty cool. I'm constantly saying, oh, I think that's really good, this is cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, everything's cool. It really is. I really enjoy this game. I've been playing it for years and it still surprises me with the stuff that it can do. And the stream seems to be doing a bit better this time. For the recording, that can't see my face in the corner, you lucky buggers. I'm streaming at the same time as I do this recording. Not got any viewers yet. No big deal. Yeah. I keep forgetting what it is that I intend to say, then I just go. That's right, I can throw rocks. Really far, apparently. Death from above. Here's an idea. You come with me. Oh, didn't work, but nice. and then I throw you off the edge. Easiest way to kill him. Especially when you're as weak as my character is at the moment. Yeah, gravity does not care about armor, it will do the damage. You need help? I'm coming. Oh, shut up, Owen. I'm helping you. You just asked me to help you. Don't tell me to stop. Ow! I helped. Shut up. Shut up. I helped! Do you have another one? Okay, you're right yet? Shut up! Jesus. That was annoying.
They were of the southern bandits from the look of them. Worse than the monsters, their kind. Thanks to you, I'm alive and whole. But those rats made off with all I had. Even took that magic
book.
Woo! Have an interest in something. This was Salamet's grimoire.
Cha-cha! Very convenient that I run into this guy.
Seems it chanced to survive the blaze when the old council's library. It is a rare and powerful tome, as I hear it told. So I bought it from a merchant of my acquaintance. If it truly holds such power, the rights of salvation, it matters not.
Coke with melted ice. Lovely.
Next our paths cross, I'll take them for all them.
I've gained quest knowledge.
Good luck with that.
The grimoire seems small holds our stones.
Foreign knife. That's not a wieldable knife. I can't replace my rusty daggers with that. It's actually a throwing weapon that I can use. It's never had much luck with the throwing weapons. Some of them are alright, but for the most part, I usually just don't bother. I sell them because they're worth a decent bit of coin. Wolf, where's the wolf? Are you the girl who cried wolf? Keep doing it, eventually we'll stop believing you. And there actually is one. We basically tell you. Oh, there is one. Never mind. I think there's a Cyclops near here, if I'm remembering correctly. If I go down that way to the right, and there's like a sort of cliff that drops off, and there's like a stream that meets with the ocean, and that's a place where the Cyclops hangs out. First time I played that game, he was the first monster I found randomly without having to actually fight him as part of a mission. He was just there, and 2 hours later he kills me with one hit. Because at the moment my armor's pretty weak. And I've got the weakest weapons that I can have. And hell, I've not even got a bow yet. Because I haven't played this at all since I finished my recording. Yesterday, actually. It's been less than 24 hours since I recorded. Oh, this isn't where I thought it was. So that's where I was. I actually went to this place in the first recording I did, the one that failed that I mentioned in my previous one. And I actually find a Cyclops right here for a mission. But I think he actually falls down from up there, because when he gets here, he's covered in injuries and his health bar is mostly gone. And it's sort of like a test that I have to prove that I am the Arisen. And there's a bloke up there, and just in a robe, after I beat him, he just sort of turns around and walks away. Which was a little weird. I know who he is. I can't remember what his name was. He works for what is basically a cult called Salvation. The bloke that I was speaking to earlier that kept going, "Help me!" He mentioned them. Fools. Where's the wolf? That's one thing I like about the boons. Now my weapons have ice power, and this actually makes us pretty big difference when it comes to the attacks. Especially since some of the enemies you have to fight are 100% immune to physical attacks. You have to hit them with magic, otherwise it just does nothing else. Ooh, raiders. Raiders are fun. Come here, raiders. This is one thing I like. You get like random encounters like this. These guys are raiders or bandits if you prefer. They've literally attacked this place, burnt the car, blown it where the people are, and now I might get to fight them. Ooh, that dude's a warrior. He'll do a ton of damage if he hits me with that thing. I might have to run from these guys. They're doing a lot of damage. And there's a lot of them, so. That's the thing I don't like about warriors. You hit them and they just don't care. They just... nothing. Don't heal the damage. Ooh, that hurt. I keep going in there. Just what I've got two menu buttons. One is the start button, and the other one is the touchpad. And I'm used to having an options button on the left, but on the PlayStation that's the share button. If I push that, it opens a great big menu that kind of bugs me because I push it just out of habit. Don't want to use the green wire unless I really have to because it's too. Stop hitting me! It causes significant pain! Okay, fine. Green wire shooters. Boom. Hit them. Wait, no, me hit you, I meant. Don't hit me with a fireball. Just because I'm hitting you with my knife doesn't mean you can hit me with a fireball. I've got my fan turned off this time, so hopefully the buzz that was in the last one, which by the way I apologise for, hopefully it's not in it anymore. And, I have got my microphone closer to my TV than I usually do, so hopefully that's not getting an echo. Actually, I might just turn that down a little bit, just in case, because that's actually up really high, so that probably does have an echo. My bad. I don't think me adjusting the TV volume actually does much to the... Ooh, don't die. Like, for you, like, recording it, how much you hear, I don't think that actually gets affected much when I actually adjust my TV volume. I think it depends, like, on the game volume, like, in the main menu where I go into options and control the sounds and shit. That is what affects how much you guys can hear right now. I don't know. I'll know when I check out this video when I finish recording it, because I upload them and then I check to see if they work. So that means you guys get to have a look at my failures. Yay! Just hearing me. It's very annoying. Hey, we won! Yay! We won! Oh, now there's wolves. Here, Wolfie. Come on, Wolfie. Where are you? You guys, oh, there you go. Hey, I got one! First time I played this game, I could not beat these guys. That's when I was very, very weak, like level 2, and I was trying to fight them. I would wait until they were hit by one of the others, and then I would just pick them up and throw them off the edge of the cliff. It took about 2 hours to work that out. Like, I'll do that, and then I just go this. The downside is because these guys drop loot when they die. If I throw them down there, obviously I can't grab it. By the way, this game, I think it was called Crew. You can see that if you fall in the water, you get eaten. Brine, that's what it was. Stream is not working again. Not surprised. Oh well. And now it is working. Make up your mind. Anyway. It's called the brine, which, as far as I can tell, is like imagine snakes with the sort of aggression of Jaws or a big shark, and there's millions upon millions of them. You cannot go in the water without getting eaten. Like here, watch this. Eaten.
Take care, you aren't soaked in water.
Well, I'm a dick. Riftstone, that's what those things are called, Riftstones. Wow, I'm not a kind person. I did not think that through. Oh well. I can get it back easily enough. Just go back to that rift stone that I was at earlier.
There, Master! Wolves! There may be monsters about.
Now I'm gonna die from karma, aren't I? Karma, you bitch. Screw you, wolves.
Then take careful aim. Enough. Certainly.
Marina, you call me pathetic and then you say certainly. That is very annoying. My stream just all around stopped. I don't know if you saw the pop-up or not, or if the game just froze for you. But yeah, stream's no longer happening. The recording should still be going. Hopefully it is. If it's not, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, we'll find out later. Because one thing that does bug me is there's no indicator to show that I am or aren't recording anything. I mean, it tells me when I start, it tells me when I stop, but it doesn't tell me while I am doing it. Like I haven't got like a little red light or anything anywhere. Yeah, it was actually the broadcast stopping last time that I think actually screwed up my recording, so I really hope that this isn't getting messed up again. Bye bye, Goofy. No. Anyway. Moving on. I'm a bit paranoid now, so I'm going to stop this recording and then I'm going to start again instantly if it does. Either that or I'm just going to start a new recording. Because it's not recording right now and I'm just talking to myself. So I'll see if I can use the editor. I do have one. It's a free one, so it's not that great, but I should be able to get these two to stick together. So hopefully there won't be too much of a gap. So okay, so apparently going to the shared menu stops my recordings. I know that now, but I checked quickly afterwards. So now I've got 3 vids to splice together. But I should have a new stream going now. Just one sec. I'm still here. I'm moving. Sometimes I forget that you guys in the recording can't actually see my face in the top left corner. I can, and the people on the stream can, and the stream recording can see it. But that stream recording isn't actually done by me. It's done by YouTube themselves because they're the ones that I'm streaming to. And sorry, I'm still getting used to YouTube and streaming and everything, so I'm probably making... And it's been lost again. Oh, screw it. No streaming, just recording. Nah, where am I going? Where am I going? This way. I'm going this way. No, I'm not going this way. I'll get it right one day, I swear. Hey, hey. Which one now? Oh, one. I've got 10,000, so I could probably get a bow now. But then I'd have to go all the way back to Grand Store, and then I'd have to go all the way over to the Thief Guild. Not Thieves. Bandit Camp. Weird one about this one, I can actually walk into the Bandit Camp without getting attacked, as long as I speak to the leader first. Like, if I want, I can get them. I can pay them to give me the book, but I know where they've hidden it, so I can just walk in and grab it and walk out with it, and they won't attack me. So I have a feeling that that might be a mistake on the developer's part, just the fact that I can steal it without worrying about it. But hey, I'm not complaining if it means I get to avoid having to fight an entire army, and with nothing but myself and my little rusty daggers and these two. Then yeah, I'll be happy to avoid that. Moving on. And back to where I was. Ah, crap, it's getting dark. It looks really nice when it goes to this, because I've actually got like a little sunrise off on the edge. That looks really cool. I'll take a photo of that, actually. Click. Don't know if you can see that little indicator pops up whenever I take a photo. I know. It's always woolsy. Let there be light. Oh, big wolf, big wolf. That's right, I fell and I ate a bit of grass and now I'm fully healed. Game logic. Gotta love it. Okay, now you guys hit them. Stop giving me magic, hit them with magic. I don't need magic, I've got knives. I've got lots of knives, I'll give it an infection and wait 30 days and they'll die. It's fireworks well on generally everything, except one's made out of fire, which these are not. There's actually eventually hellhounds that you can find. If you hit them with a fire attack, they actually get set on fire. It doesn't hurt them though. They will actually set you on fire whenever you get near them there. So it makes melee attacks, like what I prefer, to be very difficult, because you tend to burn. If this is where I think it is, a boulder will fall down from you. There it is! Boulder! Bye, boulder. Ow! Boulder! The boulder exploded when it hit me. Take that, physics! Oh well, game logic. What are you gonna do? All uphill. Why is it all uphill? Yes, I know wolf hunting packs. That's why it's called a wolf pack. What's a wolf pack? A pack of wolves. Genius. I know it hates fire. Because whenever you hit it with fire, it cries. Yeah, went too easy on it. It killed you. Yeah, she went too easy on it. Slow sarcastic clapping. Commence.
Don't allow them to surround you.
Really? You can't believe that we're being attacked by wolf packs? Even though it's the 5th wolf pack we've fought so far? And you can't believe it? It's too dark now, but if you could see it, there's actually like a... You can just see a bit of it. Not sure if you can in the recording. It looks like a bit of a tree, but it's like a tiny little tower sticking up, and that's one of the high parts of a fort that got taken over by the bandits. Well, not taken over. It got abandoned, and then the bandits showed up and made it their own home. So. Get it. Or then use fire more. Okay. Enough wolves. So many bloody wolves. Excuse me. Well then hit it with freaking fire. Stop telling me.
Block their lunges with a shield.
Block their lunges with a shield. Or you just stab a sword in their mouth on the jump. That'd probably work too. Oh, hunting packs. I know. You're complaining a lot. I'm sorry. No, I'm just running past this. There's too many wolves. It's driving me nuts. And I'm already out of breath. It's the entrance. Just got to get down there to the entrance. Fuck it. Just do it. Stop fucking telling me. Yes, I know. I do tend to swear occasionally when I play these games. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but to me they're just words. Doesn't really bother me, so. Yeah, leave me alone. Cover a bit of health, more health. Okay, no stamina regens. Ow! Hopefully you couldn't hear that, but you're probably good because it was very loud. Dogs are buggering around outside. Get off mules. Run, 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 run. Don't follow me through here, because I don't want you to.
We walk in bandit lands. They suffer only allies to pass unchallenged. I sense something nearby. A bird, perhaps. Bigger. Let's speak with he who leads this.
What you just said, I was seeing something nearby, a bird perhaps or bigger. That is a griffin. Griffins tend to fly around and attack randomly. They really bug me though, because they tend to fly away again before you can kill them, which is very annoying for obvious reasons. Now this is now the bandit camp. Unless I make an enemy out of myself, they actually won't attack. And they don't want anything to do with me. There's a bloke here. I think he wants either gold or he wants weapons in exchange for the grimoire.
Sadly, I've no mind to give it up. Nor do
What do I have want of your coin?
Now, if there were aught I wanted, gold had failed. I would next try steel.
Steel.
If I recall, there's a treasure chest atop this fort's tower.
Anyway, you can get steel ingots out of this. I think it's an ingot. You can actually mine it out, then you can take it to one of the blokes to get it made into an ingot. And I'm assuming that's what he wants to trade it for, the grimoire. But I know where the grimoire's hidden, so I'm not going to bother. It's like hidden way up here. At the very, very top. I could have just taken the stairs. I'm done. It's way up here. I would assume so. For a game as old as this, it's actually got a really good climbing function. Salaman's Grimoire. Da da da!
Let's return to Stefan.
And back to 7, and that's what I got this for. Fairy Stone. And this is the spell that I was talking about that can teleport me back. And away! So I go to Cassandus, which is where I first started, the main mission. That's actually where I first met the dragon. Well, he killed a lot of people and tore my heart out, literally. And then I went to Grand Sorin. So, away I go! And... who needs cars? I've got a teleporting rock thingy. I think I eventually can get a special kind of fairy stone. I can't remember what they actually called it, but it's a permanent one because that gets used up and then I can't. Oh god, I hope my neighbour isn't starting to hammer stuff behind me again, because that means the sound's going to come through on the microphone, which I really don't want to happen because I don't want to stop playing, not just yet at least. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. He's a neighbour, so I can't really do much about it. But oh well. He's not too bad. He usually doesn't go for too long. It's just timing.
He put the fruit. Geniuses are so off-touched with madness. But enough. I care only about the tome he kept. I will make it mine, sir.
I mentioned in the previous recording that I can make copies of things and then give them the copy, which wouldn't do anything, or I can just give them the original, and either way I still pass the quest. This guy though, he later on helps me. He helps me defeat a griffin, and he actually shows up with the grimoire and he attacks it. He does a fair bit of damage, so I'm going to give him the real one. Grimoires, they can do a lot of damage if you use them. You can only use them once though, so I usually prefer not to.
My thanks, sir. Truly. I must in the future.
See, and now I've got a bunch of money. So, my friend, give me a bow.
Me, I've no love of iron
That's
and
nice.
steel.
Still don't care.
Masterworks all.
Weapons. Bing, bing, boom, bing, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. Yeah, I can get new daggers as well. For magic bows right down the bottom, and there's only one magic bow, of course. Maging Crutch. That's a very weird name for a bow. But I'll take one crutch, please. I'm glad I don't have a strong accent, because that would be sounding a lot like crotch. I'll have one mage's crotch, please. I shall fire missiles out of it. That's just weird. Moving on. Now, should probably do armor, but I don't want these daggers anymore. They're ugly. And I can buy new ones, so that's nice. Stilettos, throat cutters. Might as well go with these. And stilettos. Thank you. And now I shall sell stuff. Mithridate, pumpkins, walnut, carrot, foreign knife, goblin horn, I've been small from a worm sap, some light wolf pelt, 7 wolves pelts. The one upside about wolves, their pelts are worth this amount of money, and there's a lot of them. I'm going to sell the ancient slate, which I wasn't able to decipher earlier, but I'll just leave it for now. Sell my old weapons because they are now useless. My Jester's cap, which I'm not going to be wearing because it looks dumb. Actually meet a Jester eventually in this game, and he is a pain in the ass. He plays a prank on you by putting a Jester's cap on your head, just as you go to meet the king. Douchebag. So yeah, I don't like him very much. You've got a fairy stone. Where'd you get a fairy stone? Oh, hang on to it for now, I guess. Ah, now I've got 8,000 gold. Let's see if I can buy some new armor. Get something for my legs because they look a bit weird. Okay, I've got no pants on. I need pants. I'll probably get in trouble for that if I did have it running around without pants actually. Because you can get clothing and you can get armor, and obviously you can wear both. It's a bit awkward. Which ones do I want? Might as well get these. Whenever I buy something, I always prefer to just put it on straight away because it's very easy to accidentally buy two of the same thing. Or I don't mean like buying two of the same arm. It's like buying one set and then buying something else that turns out to be the wrong thing. Like I would have to replace the thing I just bought with the thing I also just bought. But I'm just prattling again. Never mind. Go with these ones. They're cheaper at least. The character's coming along nicely. Wrong one. It's getting warm in here again. Ugh. Too hot. Don't like hot. I like how it grays out the things that I can't buy. Yeah, might as well. There's never a good reason to not get armor. If you can. If you can't afford it, don't steal it. Not worth it. Yeah, that's a bit better. I still want to stand a chance at the fort, but... Oh well. What the hell are you wearing? You're not mine, never mind. I I thought that was Zarya for a second. I was wondering why she had such weird stuff on. That's not my pawn. I threw my pawn into the water and watched her get eaten. Because I'm such a kind person, that's why. Really, the Pawn Guild has a bunch of pawns in it. I never would have guessed that. And here's Zarya. Cool. Got a little glow on their hand. I'm still not sure what that glow actually is. If it gets explained, I don't remember. I think it's the same as the one I have in my chest. I'm not sure if you can see it there. You can see a little bit just sticking out of a shirt. And I just realised I'm staring at her boobs. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, like I've said a couple times now, the dragon literally takes my heart. It pulls my heart out of my chest. And I pass out just as it eats me. And it keeps me alive using its own magic. And all the beauty, all the peace in the world exists because all the chaos that could be there actually exists solely in the dragon. I say the energy of it, all the possibly bad stuff in the world. The dragon has it all inside of him. That's why he's so angry, because he doesn't like it. But so he actually creates Arisen, and Arisens are the only people capable of killing the dragon. And so eventually, when I do manage to kill him, I actually I release all that energy, and it's not a good thing. A lot of people die. I mean, most of the most of the city that I'm in right now actually gets destroyed. Ironically, the shops stay open even though they're literally right next to a never-ending hole. The Everfall that gets mentioned in the previous thingamajig recording. We've got it eventually. I remember this one. It doesn't need much, but it's fun to watch. And Toss and Brugger. Get that one. This one is fun. Oh yeah, this one's good. That one's fun. Son of Flare. Nah, I won't bother with that one. It's expensive. And Hunter Bolt. It's an upgrade of Seeker Bolt. I'm sure you probably could work that out without me telling you. But I told you anyway. It's one thing I like is that both me and my pawn Zarya, we have our own discipline. So there's never a toss-up of, okay, do I upgrade myself or do I upgrade my friend? Because I can upgrade both. They both get their own currency, I guess. They call it discipline. It's basically experience points. For those of you that don't know what experience points are in a game, well, then you don't play games. So I don't know why you're watching this. I'm talking to you, Mum. I know you don't like games, but you watch them anyway. Thank you. I'm looking at the camera and I'm giving a peace sign to the camera while the camera's not turned on. Wow, I'm a freaking genius. This one's fun. I keep saying everything's fun, but everything is fun. You can actually fly with this one. Not like Superman fly, levitate, you hover in midair. There's one thing that kind of bugs me, that's always been in the game. Supposedly levitate is so, you would think that you'd be able to use it to jump from a high place, levitate before you hit the ground, and then slowly land on the ground without getting damaged. No. Because you stop immediately in midair, like you hover there, and then you can start falling again once it wears off, because it only lasts about a couple of seconds. But like if you jump from a really high point and then you stop before you hit the floor using levitate, when levitates wear off, you will still hit the floor as hard as you would have if you had just jumped off and hit the floor straight away. So they're more levitate is mostly used to get over gaps. It's not used to fall down softly. So, oh well. So I don't know why they can give this one to Zarya, because she doesn't do negotiating. I do it all. So I'm not going to bother wasting that on her. That one's good though, because it knocks them down and I can pick them up and throw them and stuff, so... yeah. Now then you do all this stuff, give them their new skills, and she's got all of hers already, so... And now I've now got... Sunflare! And I like both of these, so it's a bit of a toss-up. It's the thing I don't like, because I can't use everything that I've got. Oh, but I've got a bow now, so I don't care! Yay! And now I'll sleep till morning. Because if you actually run around in the dark, it depends on where you are, but for the most part, if you run around in the dark, you will actually, there's zombies at night in this game, and they do not stop. Escort requests. I've never met a single gamer in the world that likes escort requests. If you're one of those few that do, well, you're just weird, aren't you?
Well met, sir.
Well met, sir.
Like fine shops selling weapons and samples within.
I literally just bought weapons, and you're telling me that I can find a shop to buy weapons. I don't consider myself a genius, but I consider you kind of an idiot. Did you know that this shop that you're currently buying stuff at can sell you the stuff you're buying? If you're able to follow that sentence, I'm very impressed. Well done.
You need only follow the map from here.
Nah. What was I doing again? Quests. A fortress besieged. Now I get to run all the way away. So this journey is going to be a bit long. So we'll like fast forward 10 minutes or something. This mission's actually pretty big, so when I get to the location, I'm not going to actually do the mission. I'm going to leave today's recording for there, and then I'll move on. Because it's a fairly long trip, and then the mission itself takes a long time. And my recordings have a 1 hour maximum. And I don't want to get cut off without being able to do an outro. So, yeah. It's fair warning, you've got to watch me have a great big long journey to get to a place that I'm not going to actually do anything at. So, fun! And Kevin. I've got a bow. What am I doing? That's one thing I like about bow. The little dot in the center of all that, that would be basically my red score. So if this was a typical bow, that's where it would be hitting. But that great big circle, the magic bow, it actually tracks enemies. So if I can get them inside of that, it'll hit them. As long as there's nothing in front of them. Oh, there's something over there. So that's telling me where enemies are. So if I just fire, even if it's up here, it still goes over there and hits them. So I'm hitting him right now. And I could do a hunter bolt, which will come down and hit him. Like that. Target. I can only target one per bolt, but although I can shoot multiple bolts at a time. Which is a little weird, but kind of understandable at the same time. Because it's hard to get 4 bolts to hit the same target when you're firing up in the air, even when they're magic. Not that I know, I've never fired a magic bow. I have done archery before in the past, it's actually really fun, I kind of miss doing it. But I can't afford it, I'm not going to ask my parents to pay for it for me. 23 years old, I should not be getting my parents to pay for shit for me. Pay nothing in sentiment.
I've had quite enough in the battle.
Well then you probably shouldn't be a pawn then, because your entire life is nothing but battle. You're like one of the
Between the encampment and the
Stormtrooper clones.
This place must have seen a ferocious battle.
Watch for a goblin ambush ahead. We must take care the past does not claim us as its next victims.
That's right, I've got a bow now. So you're a lot easier to kill. I love magic. Magic goes boom. Actually, just kind of goes, but it still goes boom. Shut up. Well then use fire. Whoever's saying that, I'm going to get rid of you eventually because it's kind of annoying to listen to you say that they hate fire over and over and over again. They're essentially giant birds, of course they hate fire. Set the wings on fire. Which is another cool thing, the griffins I mentioned earlier, you can actually set the wings on fire to make it impossible for them to fly until they put the fire out. In which case they usually fly away in a very annoying fashion.
Just begun, Master. I will protect you.
And by the way, this is Sunflare, by the way, the new skill I just bought. Cool, huh? I've got Scarlet Kisses, which is basically an entire flurry. The longer I hit the button, that's me hitting the button there, I'm hoping you can hear it. The longer it goes for, but once it finishes off, it terminates itself with a kick, which I really like. Especially since the kick actually does more damage than the daggers does. And then there's Shearing Wind, which is actually a useful little tool to do sprints, to help me travel around fast, but it uses a lot of stamina, so I can't do too much with it.
Never forget. constant vigilance.
So I can just sprint normally like that, but it's actually slower. And it's, I say altogether because I can sprint continuously like that, but eventually my stamina runs out. But the other one, it only goes in bursts, but it goes a lot faster. But it uses more stamina, so I think they probably balance out in terms of like which is most effective. But yeah, all in all, there's not that much difference. I just prefer doing this one because it just heals faster, even if it's not. I see you, Harpy. Actually, there's only one of you, so I'm gonna go with threefold bolt. Come on. How cool is that? Come on. You fire one bolt, getting surrounded by other bolts, that then hits the same place that the first bolt hit. And believe it or not, what I just said made sense. What if I shoot it? But if you shoot it, you're wearing the Harpy song. I think I'll wear its talons more than its song. Because the song will just make you pass out. The talons will kill you. I think I'm about halfway to the fort, I think. The quest location that I'm trying to get to at the moment. I don't know how long I've been recording for. I haven't got a timer. And it makes me a little bit nervous because I'm constantly watching the top left corner. Because that's where my notification pops up to say that recording's finished. Oh, okay. Good bit of advice. I like the fact that the companions that you have with you talk. I don't like the fact that they don't talk to each other. They all talk to me. It's like game Dragon's Age, for example. I never really got into Dragon's Age that much. I liked it. It was a decent enough game, but got a bit bored with it pretty quickly. One thing I always loved about it is that it didn't matter who you chose to walk with you. They would have conversations with each other, and obviously those conversations would depend on who you actually brought. And I think my character also spoke, and he spoke back to them. They had full conversations while you're walking around, and some of them were bloody funny. But these guys, they kind of just it's like they're shooting out one-liners in a bad action comedy. But I like the fact that they talk, but I just don't like what they say. It's just it gets. So she just said, "What a large tree." What tree are you talking about? They're not particularly big. They're actually quite small. That one there's a bit big. Moving on. I can't. Ooh, is this the one I thought it was earlier? Is it? It's not. Never mind. Wait, is it? No, it's not. It's the same spot I was at earlier, and I thought that's where the Cyclops was, but it's a different spot. Never mind, I'm stupid.
Watch your footing, master.
Whee! Mind your footing, whatever your name was. Zarya? I should know, I bloody named her.
We're apt to meet.
Excuse me. This in the game? This one earlier had a rock fall down from there earlier. If you don't recognise this place, it's where I was getting attacked by wolves a lot. Down there and up there. But quite often in areas like this, there would actually be rocks falling from either side, not just from down the middle. If the rock was still there, I'd be able to see it right there, and I'd just be able to shoot it, and it would start falling early. But instead, I would just shoot this dude. Hold nothing back. Okay, I won't. Oh, the bow is so much more fun than daggers. I kind of wish it would be like a Robin Hood's bow, where I could actually use it as a melee weapon as well. That would be so fun. Which is one thing I don't think games have ever done, made a melee bow. I mean, you can melee with guns and stuff quite often, but I don't think like bow and arrow has ever been used as a melee weapon. Just short of maybe, stabbing someone with a bow, with an arrow, sorry. So pull a legless move where he stabs one, or with an arrow, pulls it out, then shoots another one. If I'm being honest, when it comes to Lord of the Rings, if it wasn't for Legolas, I probably wouldn't have watched that show. Legolas is easily my favourite character. Except maybe Treebeard. Treebeard's pretty cool. Why did I come upon this rock? I don't know why. Moving down. And off I go! It's getting bloody hot in this room. I don't know, why have you come here? Maybe because it's not much of a road, it's more just a general path. Ooh, I think there's saurians in this part here. Which are basically giant lizards. Is that it there? Yeah, it's a saurian. These guys are actually pretty strong. I'm a bit nervous about fighting them. You can actually cut off their tails, and being lizards, it probably doesn't bother them that much. But it makes them easier to fight because they can't do as many melee attacks. Oh, he did not care about that. This is doing depressingly little. Well then don't get spat on. My dad get frozen. Saurian tail, poison sack, saurian scale, saurian scale. Gah! It is a giant lizard! I mean the things we just finished killing. Yes, I know it's a giant lizard. Ooh, actually, if this is where I think it is, there should be a chimera around here as well. For those that don't know, chimera is a lion that has a snake for a tail and a goat's head on its back. Where are you? I'm pretty sure this is where it was. There's 2 areas that I know of. 3, sorry, make that. There it is. See it? Not overly strong, but they have a lot of health, so they take a while to beat. Yeah, screw it, let's go for it. Cool thing is, big monsters like this, like the Chimera, the bandits, Cyclops, they have a certain area that they'll fight in. If you run away from it too much, they'll actually stop and go back. Here he is. You typically want to get the tail first, so the tail actually spews poison. And here's the thing that makes this game so much fun. If I can just do it right. You can, larger enemies like this, you can climb on them. And they can actually climb around all over its body and attack certain parts. So this one, I'm going to go straight from the snake tail. And off it comes. Come on. Off you come. Come on. Come on. Break off. Break off. I say break off. You're not going to break off by that. Pick up a bit of more than I can chew. This guy seems to be beating me quite easily. And he has 3 health bars, not including the one he's already on. Yeah, I need to run. Too many saurians plus a chimera. I'm gonna die. And heal. Ta-ta! Okay, get up and run, get up and run, get up and run. It's a bit hard to run when they're faster than you. Ninja move. Seriously. I hate that she stops to take a breath for so long. Stop running a walk, fair enough. And stop and take a breath. Okay, time to run, time to run, time to run. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to beat that thing. It's if it was just him, probably. But with the saurians there as well, not gonna happen. Oh, actually, if I can get there in time, you'll be able to see a dragon for the first time in this game. Come on, guys, where are you?
I'll go at once.
Forgot to summon them to me, didn't I? Is that you, Zarya? Yes, it is good. You're my pawn. I can leave it there and not be worried. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. See, it's got the rocks everywhere. Actually, the small ones should probably explode. Yep. Bigger ones, though, they should just fall. Too far. That's the only thing I don't like about the magic boys. They've got less range than the usual ones do. See? Ow! See, that was the goat on the Chimera that did that. Goat's magic. Duh. Fall, Rocky. Fall, fall, fall. That's another one. It's like it's a nice little function of the game that has got like boulders and stuff that roll around. Okay, okay. Already knew that, but okay. I think Zarya just got hit by a rock. Zarya. Yep, you fell. You fell, didn't you? Alright, I'm coming. I probably shouldn't have done that. Start again.
We make for the stone.
Oh, come on.
Road to the southwest hold is long.
I'm all the way back here. Well, that's the end of this recording. I think I'll probably just go again, play a little bit of it on my own, and just get back to where I was, so you don't have to watch it all over again. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm not going to ask you to like. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I am going to ask you to please comment. Let me know what you thought. If you have any requests or suggestions for games, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. This was Mr. Guy. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. I'll be seeing you.